Please be seated. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Firstly, may I introduce and welcome our distinguished guests, Mayor Tim Shadbolt, SIT CEO Penny Simmons, SIT and Ngāi Tahu Kamata, Michael Skerritt. My name is Peter Heenan, and as Chair of the Southern Institute of Technology, it gives me great pleasure to welcome guests and, most importantly, graduates here today for the 2018 SIT graduation ceremony. SIT is a proud Southland-based education institution that provides and encourages student participation in a range of quality learning opportunities and services. SIT has strong links with our Southland community, and I would like to acknowledge the Southland business community, where SIT has a genuine working relationship that allows us to determine the training needs for students that in turn meet the needs of the businesses and communities in which we live. I would also like to acknowledge the students who attend SIT from overseas, whom provide diversity and vibrancy to our campus in Invercargill. And it is pleasing to see that the government has relaxed its immigration policy and recognised the benefits international students bring by allowing greater flexibility for students to study in our regions. Our focus at SIT continues to be student achievement. We are delighted to report that 97% of our students who have graduated from SIT reported that they are in employment or undertaking further study. Congratulations to all of those graduates whose achievements we're celebrating here today. The opportunity for you now is to turn your qualification into something that is meaningful, useful, and productive for you and the wider community. In a world of rapid change, you will be better equipped to meet those challenges. I urge you to be a student for life, adapt your knowledge, and continuously add the skills you have graduated with. Be ready to cope with the change. As you follow your chosen careers, take the opportunity to make the most of what you have learned and achieved. As an alumni of SIT, don't be a stranger to new opportunities as they present for future study and learning. Congratulations again, and thank you for choosing SIT to complete your studies. It is now my pleasure to invite Kamata Michael Skerritt to say a karakahi.
Tēnā koe e te teo mana, e Peter, o kuranga tira, tēnā koutou. Koutou ngā tauira, tēnā te mihi ki kara nau koutou te karanga o te pō. Mo te tīmatanga mi noi tātou, e o te mātua. Nau te tīmatanga me te otunga. Kei roro koe e ahau, e ngā wā kātoa, ki e tūtanga ahau, e runga i a papatua anuku, ko rangi ki runga atu. Tia kine e koe e a mātou e ngā wā katoa, ki a horihia tō wāro ki a whānau, ki roro i tēnei whare wairanga, tūtūre rongo, whakamau ki a tīna, haumi e hui e tae ki e. Kia ora tātou.
Thank you, Michael. It's now my pleasure to invite Mayor Tim to offer a means of welcome, and also he is a guest speaker for tonight. I think Mayor Tim has been very busy today. I know he's been out with the sports teams that have been honoured in our city today, and it's a pleasure to know that SIT has also been part of those sporting teams and sponsored both the Sharks, and also the Steel. So, you know, it's a pleasure for us to be able to offer that support to those teams today. And with that, I'd really like to, Mayor Tim comes as a great supporter for SIT, and you'll be aware that he has made the Mayor Tim accommodation allowance, and that's what we have used at SIT in support of those students that have been able to receive fees free from the new government initiative that just come. So in support of that, we acknowledged Mayor Tim's accommodation allowance to support that. So with that, Mayor Tim, I'd like to invite you to perform a means of welcome and also your speech for us today. Thank you.
Kia ora, greetings. Well, what an amazing day we have had today. I mean, we are only a small city, we accept that. And we only, as a province, represents 3% of the population of New Zealand. And yet when you look at our position right through to studies, areas of study that you are undertaking as students, or looking at sporting achievements, we have certainly shown that size doesn't count when it comes to success and achieving your goals, your long-term goals. We learn a lot, of course, and as a guest speaker, one of my roles is to impart you with a little knowledge from things I've learned in life, to help you in your journey in the next stage of your life. And the first thing I've learned is you don't lie, all right? It's a small country, as I said, and you're sure to get caught. So just try and always tell the truth. And where did I learn that? From a butcher. Butchers have a lot of knowledge. It used to, well, I found that anyway. And I was working as a concrete worker in my previous life, and I went to I heard there were cheap sausages for sale at the Ranui butcher shop. So I raced down there and he said, you know, Tim, I've got one chicken left. I know you think you're a good talker, but you watch me. I'll get rid of it. It's Friday. I've got to sell my last chicken and before the weekend. And I thought, oh yeah, this will be interesting, watching a salesman at work. And in walks this lady and says, I'd like a chicken, please, a large one. And he said, certainly, madam, I've got just the one for you. And he reached out into his cool box and shuffled it around a bit and put it on the scales. And she said, it looks a little bit small. You wouldn't have a slightly larger one, would you? And he said, certainly, madam, and put it back in the icebox and rattled it around and stuck a couple of ice blocks up its bum and back on the scales it went, and she said, yes, that looks a bit better, but it's not quite enough. I think I'll have the both of them. You also learn a lot in life if you can be articulate and learn about theatre and theatre productions. We've been, it wasn't mentioned by our MC tonight, but another major contribution that the Southern Institute of Technology has made towards the good life that we live here in the South has been its assistance and association with major film productions. But there again, you can get caught. The razor-thin line between theatre and reality that I've experienced and heard about being involved in film production myself, in a very minor role, admittedly, but certainly one where you can learn a lot. And in The Longest Day, which one of the biggest productions before they had digital soldiers and all the rest of it, they had to actually hire extras. And they just had this line passing by, and they'd go, Sergeant, 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 Private, 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 Corporal, Corporal, Sergeant, 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 Corporal, Private, Sergeant, Sergeant, Sergeant. And then when they set up the officers' mess, there was a strike, and it's very seldom on movies you get a strike. It's not like nurses and teachers. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I didn't like these teachers, of course. And they had a strike because 3 of the corporals went and had lunch in the sergeant's mess. They had become so imbued with what their role was, that they actually took it incredibly seriously. Another one was, for those who watch war films, was Colditz, the escape series they had. And they had all sorts of different escapes. People were building gliders and attics and digging tunnels and all sorts of ways to extract themselves. And one guy who was a bit of a student type thought, I'll look up the Geneva Convention. And it was found, he discovered, much to his delight, that if you went insane while you were in prison, they had to repatriate you, had to send you back to England. And he thought, this is the perfect escape. I'll just pretend I'm mad. And he did he studied what sort of symptoms people have when they lose their mind. And he did it. It worked. He actually got sent back home to England. And the British Admiralty said, you must never let anyone use that as a form of escape again, because if you pretend you're mad for 6 months, you are mad. And of course, now we've got another film called Mission Impossible, which I'm just blatantly promoting at the moment, because about half an hour of it is filmed around here. And again, it's subliminal advertising, but it certainly works. What else was it? Oh, yes. Articulation, learning the technology of talking. And what I know, in this modern generation, you just preferred sort of clicking away on a cell phone or an iPad or whatever they're called. But I found that in my generation, television was the main rule. That was how people communicated. That's how political debates were undertaken. And I learned some sharp lessons there too. My first one was debating Robert Muldoon. I was an 18-year-old student. I was causing a lot of trouble at the time. So they said, we're going to get the 3 toughest radicals in New Zealand to debate against Robert Muldoon, who was then the Under-Secretary of Finance and was on the way up. He was one of the movers and shakers. And we thought 3 onto 1 at last. We've got the old fella cornered. We've got a clear-cut advantage here. If it was a street fight, there'd definitely be, the odds would be in our favour. But no, he just worked out that divide and rule was a much greater theory. And us 3 radicals are sitting there in the studio, covered in makeup for the first time in our life, wishing we were home with Mum having a cup of Milo. And he jumps up on stage and says, well, 2 of you guys I really respect, but the other one's an idiot. And we're immediately looking at each other, trying to figure out who the idiot was. And we thought, we understood that modern world, but we actually didn't have a clue. And he knew that you ignore what's going on in that television studio except for the camera with the little red light on it, because that's the camera that's working. So suddenly he'd spin around and say, what do you guys think you're doing? I thought, what do they teach you at university? Haven't you learned anything? And we thought, who's he talking to? It can't be any of us. But he knew, and he taught us. And one thing I'll say about Robert Muldoon is after we'd finished, you go back to the green room with the other performers, and he told us where we'd gone wrong and what sort of mistakes we'd made. And we never made those similar mistakes again. We can learn a lot from us old fellas. I'm 72 now and I've had a great life, and I wouldn't swap it for anything. And that's the last point. One more point is, of course, humour. Try and inject a bit of humour into your life and into the things you do. And you never know where it's going to take you. And I know, and in West Auckland where I was brought up, voting dropped to 12%. We were the most politically apathetic city in New Zealand. And I thought, oh, my old man died fighting for democracy. How can I live in a country where only 12% vote? And I thought, I know what, I'll stir things up a bit. I'll run for the mayoralty. That'll get a bit of interest going in local government. And boy, it sure did. I got home from work and there were 2 television cameras set up on the back doorstep and reporters running towards me with microphones saying, Mr. Shambo, what's your policy on roads, rates, rats and rubbish and all the other stuff in local government? And I said, oh, hang on a minute, you guys. I've only put my name down at lunchtime, you know. I actually haven't got any policies at this stage. They said, oh, Tim, we'd love you to be a mayor, to be a real hoot, but you've got to have policies. Surely you can think of something. And I looked around my section not knowing what to do next, and then right at the back I spotted this rusty old concrete mixer. And I said, well, there's my policy, right in the corner of my section there. If the good people of West Auckland elect me as their mayor, I promise I'll tow that concrete mixer behind the new mayoral Daimler. Well, it's not much of a policy, really, when you think of it. It's pretty pathetic, actually. But the councillors had no sense of humour. So instead of saying, oh, look at that Tim Shambo, oh, he's a bit of a character, he wants to tow his concrete mixer behind the mayoral car, you know, and made a bit of a joke of it. No, instead they called an emergency meeting of the council and passed a bylaw making it illegal to put a tow bar on the mayoral car. I couldn't believe my good luck. I was on the home show, the 6 o'clock news, the 10 o'clock news, and 3 weeks later I was the mayor of the 5th biggest city in New Zealand. I had a budget of 298 million. I had 1,000 people working for me and not the vaguest idea what to do. Luckily in local government that didn't seem to matter too much. So I'm still here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Tim. I work at Allied Concrete, and I think we could probably do with a new concrete truck. Perhaps you could bring your mayoral car down, maybe. Thank you very much for that warm welcome and that guest speech, Mayor Tim. As we all know, Mayor Tim is synonymous with Invercargill and Southland, and we certainly enjoy his company and his association with SIT. It's now my privilege to ask Doug Rogers, Head of Faculty of Trades and Technology, to provide an introduction to the faculty. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mayor Tim Sherbolt, Mr. Chair, ladies and gentlemen, students, family and whānau. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the certificate recipients for the Faculty of Trades and Technology for 2018. The Faculty of Trades and Technology offers certificate-level teaching in business administration, tourism and travel, plumbing, drain laying and gas fitting, floristry, veterinary nursing, hairdressing, construction, beauty therapy, joinery, mechanical engineering, road transport, electrical engineering and automotive engineering. I will now ask my Program Operations Manager, Luke Mason, to come forward and announce the names of the certificate recipients, and I call on Chief Executive Penny Simmons to award the certificates.
I am pleased to announce the recipients for the New Zealand Certificate in Construction Skills Level 3, Semester 2, 2017. Fred Corby. Cassandra Forbes. Aidan Windle. I am pleased to announce the recipients for the New Zealand Certificate in Construction Skills Level 3, Semester 2, again Semester 3, 2017. The recipients are Ryan Betts, Zachary Griffiths, Thomas McGimpsey. I am pleased to announce the certificate recipients for the New Zealand Certificate in Automotive Engineering. The recipients are Samantha Blackman, Brett Evans, Latita Melvin, I'm pleased to announce the recipients of the New Zealand Certificate in Hairdressing, Salon Support Level 3. The recipients are Samantha Dawson, Raven Johnson, Morgan Waite Curtis, I am pleased to announce the recipients of the New Zealand Certificate in Tourism Level 3. The recipient is Jerry Stratford.
Thank you, Luke, and congratulations to all certificate recipients. That concludes the awards for the Faculty of Trades and Technology.
Thank you, Doug. I'd now like to call on Marie Howden, Head of Faculty, Health, Humanities and Computing, to provide an introduction to the faculty.
Welcome to Mayor Tim Shadbolt, distinguished guests, certificate recipients, family, whānau, friends and staff of Southern Institute of Technology. The Faculty of Health, Humanities and Computing offers programs in the fields of sport and exercise, massage, nursing and allied health, te reo Māori, information technology and environmental management. Graduates of the New Zealand Certificate in Study and Career Preparation, Health and Wellness have the opportunity to staircase into 3 different degrees: nursing, massage or sport and exercise. We also offer the postgraduate diploma in health science and the Master of Applied Health Sciences in wellness and rehabilitation. I now ask Leah Watson to come forward and announce the names of the award recipients.
Thank you, Marie. I am pleased to announce the award recipients for the Faculty of Health, Humanities and Computing. Demoiselle Bengal. Amber Dobbin. Joanna Kerr. Annette Kershaw. And Anne Lee. Congratulations to all the awardees for tonight.
Thank you, Leah, and congratulations to the awardees. This concludes the awards for the Faculty of Health, Humanities and Computing.
Thank you, Marie. I'd now like to call on Acting Head of Faculty, Trish Lindsay, for SIT to Learn to provide an introduction to this faculty. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, official party, staff, graduates and guests. Tēnā koutou katoa, good evening everyone. The Sit to Learn faculty is SIT's specialist distance delivery faculty. It plays an important role in providing online education programs to meet the needs of students and employers throughout New Zealand and also overseas. Sit to Learn students choose to study online rather than in a traditional classroom for many reasons. It may be employment, family commitments, personal commitments, or where they live. The majority of our students are in employment and study on a part-time basis to upgrade their qualifications and advance their careers. Currently, 80% of the Sit to Learn students are studying part-time. Our programs cover a wide range of subjects from business to adult education, hospitality, health, arts, sports and trades. And there are currently 5,500 students enrolled in over 50 programs in these areas studying online through SIT. I now ask Program Manager Warren Smith to announce the names of the award recipients for the Sit to Learn faculty.
Thank you, Trish. I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the Sit to Learn certificate programs. I call on Chief Executive Penny Simmons to award these certificates. The recipient for the New Zealand Certificate in Animal Care Lifestyle Block is Donna Orr. Congratulations, Donna. The recipient for the Certificate in Health Sciences Intermediate is Michelle Quitza. Congratulations, Michelle. The recipient for the Certificate in Introduction to Teacher Aiding is Sophia Hemmen Craddock. Congratulations, Sophia. The recipients for the National Certificate in Adult Education and Training Level 5 are Mel Chu, Carlo Gabriel, congratulations, Mel and Carlo. The recipients for the Certificate in Interior Decor are Michaela Horn, Leilana Kemp, J. Lee Cora Haddon, congratulations, Michaela, Leilana, and J. Lee. The recipient for the National Certificate in Business, Small Business Management is Tracy Austin. Congratulations, Tracy. Congratulations to all the Sit to Learn Certificate Award recipients.
Thank you very much, Warren. Thank you, Penny. This concludes our awards, and congratulations to all our graduates.
Thank you, Trish. I'd now like to call on Hamish Small, Head of Faculty, New Media Arts and Business, to provide an introduction to the faculty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Kia ora and good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mayor Tim, invited guests, certificate recipients, family, whānau, friends and staff at SIT. New Media Arts and Business faculty offers a number of certificate programs in creative arts, digital media and design, business, audio production, music, fashion and hospitality. I now ask Program Managers Belinda Shuttleworth and Glenn Stradine to come forward and announce the names of the Certificate Award recipients for 2018. I also call on Chief Executive Penny Simmons to award the certificates.
I'm pleased to announce the award for the School of Business, Certificate in Business. The recipient is Mala Kaukasola. Congratulations, Mala.
I'm pleased to announce the award recipients for the School of Hospitality, New Zealand Certificate in Cookery Level 3, Semester 1, 2018. The recipients are Alicia Cairns, Sarah Cranston, congratulations to New Zealand Certificate in Cookery Level 3, Semester 1, 2018 recipients. New Zealand Certificate in Cookery Level 4, Semester 2, 2017. Recipients are Caleb Dawson, Trish Ferguson, Douglas Hendry, congratulations to New Zealand Certificate in Cookery Level 4, 2017, to Semester 2 to recipients. New Zealand Certificate in Food and Beverage Service Level 3, the recipients are Rose Becker, Davina Brown, Arisha McVicker, congratulations to New Zealand Certificate in Food and Beverage Service Level 3 recipients. I'm also pleased to announce the award recipients for the School of Visual and Screen Arts, New Zealand Certificate in Digital Media and Design Level 3. The recipients are Rebecca Eccleston, Jordan Wilson, congratulations to the New Zealand Certificate in Digital Media and Design Level 3 recipients.
Thank you, Belinda and Glenn, and congratulations to all the Certificate Award recipients. This concludes the awards for the Faculty of New Media Arts and Business. Thank you.
Thank you, Hamish, and congratulations to all the recipients. I'd now like to call on our Chief Executive, Penny Simmons, to make some remarks.
Thank you, Peter. Ngā mihi nui, nā mai, haere mai. Warm greetings and thank you all for joining us at our mid-year certificate Level 2 to 4 graduation ceremony, a really important event in our academic year. And of course for you all today it's particularly special because you share it with the celebration with the ticker tape of our netball, cricket and basketball teams, so you'll always remember your graduation. SIT delivers programs for qualifications from Level 2 certificates to Level 9 master's degrees. And in fact, one of our first master's degree graduates started at certificate level and over a number of years worked his way through the levels. Almost half of all SIT students are enrolled in certificates at levels 2 to 4. And of all these students, over 1/3 progress onto higher levels of study. And many of you told me tonight that's what you were doing. And of course, the majority of the other 2/3 go into employment and often onto apprenticeships. So there are a lot of options for each of you graduating this evening. So congratulations to you all. Everyone who has crossed the stage tonight. It's a proud moment for family and friends, as well as those of us at SIT who have watched you progress through your qualification. You are a group of graduates that are very important, not only to SIT, but also to employers in the wider Southland community. The southern region is on the cusp of a trades boom. Queenstown is trying to catch up on a housing shortage and infrastructure overload. Invercargill is starting to feel a housing pinch, and the big CBD upgrade between Tay and Esk Streets is scheduled to start with demolition of buildings on the south side of Esk Street early next year. The CBD rebuild will continue for several years. The fourth potline at the smelter is creating around 90 new jobs. SIT is looking at building a significant creative centre, and the new hospital for Dunedin is scheduled to start in 2021, which will have a build cost of $9 million per month over 5 years. All these activities are going to see unprecedented demand for people with the sort of skills that each of you have. And while your qualification may not be obviously connected to the construction or infrastructure industries, it is almost certain that the increased economic activity will expand out into the broader business community through the hospitality and service industries especially. So it is a very good time to be graduating with the sort of skills that you have. But you alone won't be enough to satisfy the demands of the activities I have noted. We really need you, your families, and school careers advisors to be telling people about the fantastic opportunities the trades offer. We need everyone to be talking about the great careers there are for people with skills like you have. We need to get people focused on what sort of training is leading to useful and meaningful employment with a multitude of career pathways. And we need recognition of the value and the importance of these careers, because we simply do not have enough people entering into trades, hospitality, and service industries to meet the demand. Southland had an unemployment rate of just 2.9% in the first quarter of this year. That is the lowest in the country. Imagine what it will be like when all the activities I've spoken of are in full swing. We won't have enough people to make it happen. So yes, we will have to bring people in from outside New Zealand, but we should each do our bit to make sure as many New Zealanders as possible take up the opportunities that will be offered over the next few years, and we should encourage our friends, families and schoolmates to get skills training. You are ahead of the rest by graduating today. You should be very proud of your achievement. Your friends and family are proud of you, and SIT is very proud of you. We hope you enjoyed your time studying at SIT. Congratulations again on achieving this important milestone, your graduation. And we wish you well in your future career and study endeavours. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you.
Thank you, Penny. Yes, it is indeed exciting times coming up with all the work opportunities that are going to be in our province and Otago. I'd like to really thank Penny too for her efforts this year in what has been a stellar year for SIT in terms of our financial surplus, and on behalf of the Council, thank you for your stewardship during that time. It's now my privilege to actually close the ceremony tonight and thank family and friends for coming along. Congratulations to those students and graduates here tonight. Go forward and make sure that you make the most of what you've learnt, and we look forward to perhaps seeing you again sometime at SIT. Thank you once again for choosing SIT to study at. Just some housekeeping now. We'll now proceed to supper. The official party will be followed by the graduates, and we will form a guard of honour for the graduates. And if the guests could follow the students or the graduates after that to the SIT cafe over here. Please note that there will be a photographer available for more photographs, other than the ones that have already been taken at the ceremony here tonight. Following supper, regalia can be returned to the SIT cafe. So guests, please now stand, and we look forward to applauding the graduates as they move from the stage. Thank you.